The National Electrical Code, specifically Article 680.21e, addresses clearances from overhead piping. This section states that electrical equipment and material shall not be installed within reach as defined in Article 100 of any overhead pipe containing water. The interpretation of this code section is that it prohibits the installation of electrical equipment within reach of overhead piping containing water to prevent the risk of electrical shock or fire in the event of a leak or rupture in the piping. Applying this to the situation of running a mechanical water pipe above a telecom closet, we must consider that a telecom closet is generally considered an electrical equipment room because it contains electrical equipment. Therefore, based on the National Electrical Code, running a water pipe directly above the telecom closet would not be allowed. There are some exceptions to this general rule. Firstly, the National Electrical Code allows for the installation of piping containing water above electrical equipment if the piping is properly supported and secured. Secondly, if the piping is made of non-conductive material, it may be allowed. Thirdly, the piping can be enclosed in a raceway. However, even with these exceptions, their applicability to telecom closets may be limited, and further review is necessary. Therefore, the conclusion is that based on the National Electrical Code, one cannot typically run a mechanical water pipe directly above a telecom closet without taking specific measures. If there is a need to run piping above the closet, using a non-conductive material and enclosing it in a raceway may be a solution, but local codes and interpretations should always be consulted for final approval. It is important to consider the definition of within reach as defined in Article 100. This article defines reach as the vertical and horizontal space extending from the equipment. It is crucial to determine the exact dimensions of this reach to ascertain whether the water pipe falls within the prohibited zone. When selecting non-conductive materials for the piping, ensure that they meet all applicable standards for pressure, temperature, and environmental conditions. Common non-conductive materials include CPVC, PEX, and polypropylene. When installing a raceway, ensure it is properly grounded and bonded according to the National Electrical Code requirements. This helps to minimize the risk of electrical hazards. Also, consider the weight of the water-filled pipe and ensure the support structure is adequate to handle the load. Consult with a structural engineer if necessary. Remember that the National Electrical Code is not a design specification. It provides minimum safety requirements. It is crucial to consult with qualified engineers and contractors to ensure that the installation meets all applicable codes and standards, including local amendments. Prior to beginning any work, obtain the necessary permits and approvals from the local authorities having jurisdiction. This ensures that the installation is inspected and meets all applicable requirements. Additionally, consider the potential for condensation on the water pipe and take steps to prevent it from dripping onto electrical equipment. This can be achieved by insulating the pipe or providing a drip pan. Furthermore, ensure that the water pipe is properly labeled to identify its contents and purpose. This helps to prevent accidental damage or modification. In the event of a leak or rupture in the water pipe, consider the potential for water damage to the electrical equipment in the telecom closet. Implement measures to minimize this risk, such as providing a drainage system or using water detection sensors. If the telecom closet contains sensitive electronic equipment, consider the potential for electromagnetic interference from the water pipe. Shield the equipment or relocate the pipe if necessary. Also, be aware of any other utilities that may be located in the vicinity of the telecom closet, such as gas lines or other electrical circuits. Coordinate the work to avoid any conflicts or hazards. Regularly inspect the water pipe and its supports to ensure they are in good condition and free from leaks or damage. Address any problems promptly to prevent further deterioration. When making any modifications to the electrical system or the plumbing system, ensure that all work is performed by qualified and licensed professionals. This helps to ensure that the work is done safely and correctly. Moreover, maintain accurate records of all work performed in the electrical system and the plumbing system. This information can be helpful for future maintenance and troubleshooting. Consider the use of flexible piping connectors to minimize the risk of stress on the pipe due to building movement or seismic activity. These connectors can help to absorb vibrations and prevent leaks. Ensure that all electrical connections in the telecom closet are properly insulated and protected from moisture. This helps to prevent electrical shorts and shocks. Also, consider the potential for corrosion of the water pipe due to the environment in the telecom closet. Select materials that are resistant to corrosion or provide protective coatings. In addition, be aware of the potential for freezing of the water pipe in cold climates. Insulate the pipe or provide heat tracing to prevent freezing. If the water pipe is located in an area where it could be subject to physical damage, provide adequate protection, such as a barrier or enclosure. Furthermore, ensure that the water pipe is accessible for maintenance and repair. Provide adequate clearance around the pipe and avoid obstructing access with other equipment. Regularly test the water detection sensors to ensure they are functioning properly. This helps to provide early warning of leaks and prevent water damage. Also, consider the potential for noise from the water pipe to disturb the occupants of the building. Insulate the pipe or provide vibration dampening to minimize noise transmission. Ensure that all plumbing fixtures and fittings are properly installed and maintained to prevent leaks and water damage. This includes toilets, sinks, and other water-using appliances. If the telecom closet is located in a flood zone, take steps to protect the electrical equipment and the water pipe from flood damage. This may include elevating the equipment or providing flood barriers. Furthermore, be aware of any environmental regulations that may apply to the installation or maintenance of the water pipe. Comply with all applicable regulations to protect the environment. In the event of a fire in the telecom closet, the water pipe may be used for firefighting purposes. Ensure that the pipe is properly protected from fire damage and that it is accessible to firefighters. Also, consider the potential for mold growth in the telecom closet due to moisture. Take steps to prevent mold growth by controlling humidity and providing adequate ventilation. Ensure that all employees who work in the telecom closet are properly trained in electrical safety and plumbing safety. This helps to prevent accidents and injuries. In addition, regularly review and update the safety procedures for the telecom closet to ensure they are effective. This helps to identify and address any potential hazards. Consider the use of energy-efficient plumbing fixtures and fittings in the telecom closet to reduce water consumption and save energy. This includes low-flow toilets and faucets. Furthermore, be aware of any rebates or incentives that may be available for installing energy-efficient plumbing fixtures. These incentives can help to offset the cost of the equipment. Ensure that all plumbing work is performed in accordance with the International Plumbing Code, in addition to the National Electrical Code. This helps to ensure that the plumbing system is safe and reliable. If the telecom closet is located in a historic building, be aware of any restrictions on alterations or modifications. Consult with a preservation specialist before beginning any work. In the event of a power outage, consider the potential for the water pump to stop working, which could affect the water supply to the building. Provide a backup power source for the water pump or install a gravity-fed water system. Also, be aware of the potential for vandalism or theft in the telecom closet. Secure the closet and install an alarm system to deter unauthorized access. Ensure that all electrical equipment in the telecom closet is properly grounded and bonded to prevent electrical shock. This includes computers, servers, and other electronic devices. In addition, regularly inspect the grounding system to ensure it is functioning properly. Consider the use of surge protectors to protect the electrical equipment in a telecom closet from voltage spikes. These surge protectors can help to prevent damage to sensitive electronic devices. Furthermore, be aware of the potential for static electricity to damage electronic equipment in the telecom closet. Use anti-static mats and wrist straps to prevent static discharge. If the telecom closet is located in a remote area, consider the potential for delays in obtaining emergency services. Provide adequate fire suppression equipment and first aid supplies. Also, be aware of the potential for wildlife to enter the telecom closet. Seal any openings and install traps to prevent wildlife from entering. Ensure that all hazardous materials in the telecom closet are properly stored and labeled. This includes cleaning supplies, paints, and other chemicals. In addition, regularly inspect the hazardous materials storage area to ensure it is safe and compliant with regulations. Consider the use of green building materials in the telecom closet to reduce the environmental impact of the building. This includes recycled content materials, low VOC paints, and energy-efficient lighting. Furthermore, be aware of any green building certifications that may be available for the telecom closet, such as LEED certification. These certifications can help to demonstrate the sustainability of the building. Ensure that all construction debris is properly disposed of and recycled whenever possible. This helps to reduce the amount of waste sent to landfills. In addition, consider the use of rainwater harvesting to supplement the water supply for the telecom closet. This can help to conserve water and reduce the cost of water bills. If the telecom closet is located in an area with poor air quality, consider the use of air purifiers to improve the air quality inside the closet. This can help to protect the health of employees and equipment. Furthermore, be aware of the potential for radon gas to enter the telecom closet. Test the air for radon and install a radon mitigation system if necessary. Ensure that all electrical wiring in the telecom closet is properly sized and installed to prevent overheating and electrical fires. This includes using the correct gauge wire and making sure all connections are tight. In addition, regularly inspect the electrical wiring for signs of damage or deterioration. Consider the use of arc fault circuit interrupters to protect against electrical fires caused by arcing faults. These circuit interrupters can help to prevent fires and save lives. Furthermore, be aware of the potential for electromagnetic fields to interfere with electronic equipment in the telecom closet. Shield the equipment or relocate the sources of electromagnetic fields if necessary. Ensure that all lighting fixtures in the telecom closet are energy efficient and provide adequate illumination for the tasks being performed. This includes using LED lighting and occupancy sensors. In addition, regularly clean the lighting fixtures to maintain their brightness and efficiency. Consider the use of daylighting to supplement the artificial lighting in the telecom closet. This can help to save energy and improve the visual comfort of the space. Furthermore, be aware of the potential for glare from the lighting fixtures to cause eye strain. Use diffusers or shades to reduce glare. Ensure that all HVAC equipment in the telecom closet is properly maintained and operating efficiently. This includes cleaning the filters, checking the refrigerant levels, and lubricating the moving parts. In addition, regularly inspect the HVAC equipment for signs of damage or deterioration. Consider the use of programmable thermostats to control the temperature in the telecom closet and save energy. These thermostats can be programmed to automatically adjust the temperature based on the time of day or occupancy. Furthermore, be aware of the potential for Legionella bacteria to grow in the water system. Implement measures to prevent Legionella growth, such as maintaining the water temperature at a safe level and flushing the system regularly. Ensure that all fire extinguishers in the telecom closet are properly charged and inspected regularly. This helps to ensure that they are ready to use in the event of a fire. In addition, train employees on how to use the fire extinguishers properly. Consider the use of a fire suppression system to automatically extinguish fires in the telecom closet. These systems can help to prevent extensive damage and protect valuable equipment. Furthermore, be aware of the potential for carbon monoxide to accumulate in the telecom closet. Install carbon monoxide detectors and ensure that the HVAC system is properly ventilated. Ensure that all exit doors in the telecom closet are clearly marked and easily accessible. This helps to ensure that employees can evacuate the closet quickly in the event of an emergency. In addition, conduct regular fire drills to familiarize employees with the evacuation procedures. Consider the use of a backup generator to provide power to the telecom closet in the event of a power outage. This can help to ensure that critical equipment continues to operate during a power outage. Furthermore, be aware of the potential for cyber attacks on the electronic equipment in the telecom closet. Implement security measures to protect against cyber attacks such as firewalls, intrusion detection systems, and antivirus software. Ensure that all employees are properly trained on cybersecurity best practices. In addition, regularly review and update the cybersecurity policies for the telecom closet. Consider the use of cloud-based services to back up critical data from the electronic equipment in the telecom closet. This can help to protect against data loss in the event of a hardware failure or cyber attack. Furthermore, be aware of the potential for electromagnetic pulse attacks to damage electronic equipment in the telecom closet. Shield the equipment or relocate it to a more protected location if necessary. Ensure that all documentation for the electrical system and the plumbing system is properly organized and stored in a safe location. This includes drawings, specifications, and maintenance records. In addition, regularly update the documentation to reflect any changes or modifications to the systems. Consider the use of a computerized maintenance management system to track maintenance activities and schedule preventative maintenance tasks for the electrical system and the plumbing system. This can help to improve the efficiency of maintenance operations and reduce the risk of equipment failure. Furthermore, be aware of the potential for litigation related to the electrical system or the plumbing system in the telecom closet. Maintain adequate insurance coverage to protect against potential liabilities.